whisk an egg, turn it into a meringue? God, why can't I remember? I literally just did them. Just let me do my thing. So obviously the answer to that question is sorry mum, why are you starting YouTube? Oh my god, is there someone behind me right now? Very important. Hi guys, it's Af. Welcome to my channel. So today I am going to be doing a Q&A so you guys can find out a little bit more about me. So before we get started, please go and subscribe because I am new to YouTube, so it would really help. So the first question is, what is my name? And my name is Aphramb Borgarts, which is a bit of a mouthful, and the surname is disgusting, but we tend to ignore that. So yeah, my name is Afra, but a lot of my friends call me Af, but I don't mind either of them. My age, so I'm currently 18 and my birthday is the 11th of January. Where do I live? Okay, so I currently live in Southend in Essex. However, like next week I'm moving to Greenwich for university, which is very exciting. So the next question is, what am I studying? So for A-levels I did psychology, oh my god, why can't I remember? I literally just did them. Psychology, film and drama, and I am going to be doing psychology at university. Okay, so the next question's quite hard. It's, what is your favourite song? Stuff like this I can never answer because I feel like I can't just have one favourite. The next question is what's my favourite artist slash music genre. So my favourite music genre is like indie rock. Like I do like a bit of pop, like I like a bit of everything, but I'm not really into like R&B and stuff or like hip hop. I'm definitely more into rock. But artists I like Willow, I like Glass Animals, 21 Pilots, Arctic Monkeys, I love the Arctic Monkeys, Catfish and the Bottommen, love that. So the next question is, how tall am I? And I actually have no idea. Like people always say like I'm 5 foot this or I'm 6 foot, like I honestly have no like visual representation of height. Like I could not like look at someone and tell you how tall they were. I don't really ask how tall people are because it makes no difference to me like how tall they are. It literally is just like a figure, like it doesn't mean anything to me. So yeah, I don't know how tall I am. Okay, so the next question is, have I got any tattoos or piercings? And no, I have not got any tattoos, but I do have piercings. I just have my 2 lobe piercings, but they don't have any earrings in now. And I have my orbital piercing. I do want to get more like ear piercings, but I don't think I'm planning on getting any tattoos anytime soon. Oh, the next question, a bit deep. If I could change one thing about myself, what would it be? If there's one major thing I'd change, which would be my nose. Because I've always hated it. Like, I don't care what anyone says about it. Like, I always tell people that I want to get a nose job and everyone's like, oh, but your nose is fine. Well, for me, it isn't. I've literally, since you asked my mum, since I was 6 years old, I've been saying I want to get a nose job, I want to get a nose job. So it's definitely something I will look into when I have a little bit more money. Okay, this is another hard question. So what are your favourite TV shows? Oh, I'm honestly like a TV fanatic, so I've seen so many things. So I'm gonna say, oh no, I'm gonna have to do a list. So I've got Chernobyl, Broadchurch, Big Little Lies, The Inbetweeners, Inside Number 9, League of Gentlemen, Killing Eve, did I say Killing Eve? Oh, I don't know what else there is. Oh, Fleabag, Dexter, oh my god, they're brilliant as well. So the next question is, do I have any pets, and if so, what are their names? So yes, I do. I have 4 cats and there's 2 big boys, so they are 14 or 15 years old, and one of them is called India, which is actually known as Stinky. Like, he's been called Stinky his whole life because he is a smelly cat. And the other one is called Rainbow because I named him when I was 3 years old. And I also have two male kittens that we got fairly recently, and they are called Loki and Enzo. The next question is, what is my favourite animal? So obviously the answer to that question is cats. I love cats. The next question is, have I ever been in love? And I would like to think so, yes. Do I have a boyfriend? Yes, I do. We've actually been dating for 2 years and his name is Harvey. So the next question is, am I a virgin? Sorry mum, I'm not anymore. So the next question is, what is your type? So appearance wise, from like initial first attraction, I would go for blonde boys or black boys, and I know they're like the complete opposite end of the spectrum from each other, but I've never really gone for like white brown haired boys in the past. Like, it's never really been my thing, but don't get me wrong, if I met the nicest brown haired boy, I wouldn't question it. So just from the past, I would say my type is blonde boys or black boys. Personality wise, I think one major thing is funniness. They have got to be funny, we've got to click, we've got to be on the same wavelength, we've got to like get along and share like common interests, especially in regards to humour. Like, I can't imagine having a relationship where there's no humour or banter involved. It's definitely a very important thing. And obviously all the usuals, like they've got to be kind, they've got to be caring. Like, I don't want to be with someone who I don't feel likes me back. Obviously that's a big thing as well. So yeah, that's personality wise, that's what my type is. The next question is, have you ever had a bad breakup? And I've had a breakup, but I don't think it was, I mean, it was horrible at the time, but looking back, I don't think it was bad. Like, it was a good decision that was made for us to break up. So I have no like regrets with it. When was my last kiss? I think it was Saturday. So yeah, it was Saturday because my boyfriend was going on holiday, so I had to say goodbye to him. The next question is, who do you miss? So obviously I'm gonna say my boyfriend because he is currently on holiday, so I'm not gonna see him for the next few days. Okay, this is gonna sound really weird, but I also miss the people you had lessons with, like in school, who weren't necessarily the friends you had in a friendship group, but they were friends you had in a lesson, because I got on with so many people in my classes, but because they were never in my friendship groups, like I'd never seen them, like I've never actively messaged them or they've messaged me to say, oh, do you want to meet up? Because it's not like we were in the same group. And it's weird, like I miss those kind of people. Like, I miss the girl I used to walk to school with, I miss the people I used to get the bus with to sixth form. Like, it's weird, like these people who were like so important in your lives or in your lessons or like in your journeys and that, just suddenly you just don't see anymore. So oh, it did get deep, but yeah, they are the people I miss. What is my favourite colour? Oh my god, okay, this is probably one of those questions that I've just been asked my whole life and have never known the answer to. Like, it's such a big thing in primary school or like in nursery or whatever, having a favourite colour, like as a kid. But I think like I just constantly change through colours I like. I definitely have a selection of colours I like. So I like definitely more like blues and purples and pinks and like turquoisey greens rather than like warm colours like orange and yellow and red, stuff like that. So the next one is, what type of person are you? And I would like to think of myself as a quite like outgoing person. I'm quite chatty, like I feel like hopefully I'm quite easy to talk to, and I'd like to think that I make an effort in socialising with people. However, I do find that I'm quite good at reading people and judging fairly soon, I don't know if this is a good or bad trait, fairly soon whether or not I will like them or not. So if I go to a social event like a party or something like that and there's a load of people there And if I talk to them and sense that I don't gel with them, then I will be a lot less social, because I'd rather not socialise than socialise with people that I'm not going to get along with. And I don't know, that might sound a bit shallow, but just let me do my thing. So the next question is, why are you starting YouTube? And to be honest, it's actually something I've had at the back of my mind for years. Like, I used to watch YouTube when I was like in year 6, I think. That's when I first started watching like YouTubers, and I instantly loved it. And I never even thought about the money side of it, because I always thought that was such a cool thing to do. And I never actually thought I would do it or attempt to do it. And then I think it was this January, so January 2019, I started to think, actually, why shouldn't I be able to do it? Like, what's stopping me from doing it? Why shouldn't I give it a go? And obviously I had studying and A-levels and all that, so it was something I was going to start in the summer. And then at the start of the summer, I was just so busy, there was no time. So, I don't know, now I have time. And now I'm off to uni, so I meet a new load of people. It's like going to be a fresh start. I'm moving out. I just thought it'd be a nice hobby to try and experience. Like, it might not be for me, and if it's not for me, at least I gave it a shot anyway. But I don't know, I just thought it'd be something I'd like to try. The next question is, what was the last film you watched? So the last film I watched was... oh my god, it was such a good film. It was a Korean film called Train to Busan. And oh my god, it was like a zombie film, like set on a train, and it was crazy. I highly recommend it. Like, I love zombie films, and it was probably up there with the best zombie films I've ever seen. Like, the visual effects and the camera angles and everything were absolutely amazing. Like, they were so good. So definitely watch that. If you couldn't tell, I'm a bit of a film fanatic. Like, I did study film at A-level, so I do love films. So what are my fears? Okay, I am very fearful. Like, lots of things creep me out really easily. So things like, oh my god, is there someone behind me right now? Like, stuff like that. Like jump scares, horror movies, can't really... I can do like gore. It's more like creepy, ghostly, paranormal stuff can't be dealing with. And things like people who are not quite right. So like, my mum once came in my room with a wig on and I didn't like it. Like, I literally cried my eyes out, and things like that always make me cry or scream or whatever, because it's like a person you know but they're not quite right. So like, that's why I don't really like the thought of ghosts, or like, not necessarily zombies, because I know that's people coming back from the dead, but that doesn't scare me as much as something more paranormal and like, oh, just stuff like that. And I also hate bugs, spiders, any sort of like moving creature that can fly around my room and get into places that I can't get into and stuff like that. Like, I am an absolute squealer. Like, I will scream my head off if there's like the tiniest little bug in my room. Like, the tiniest spider, anything, I will not enter my room unless it is gone. So I really don't know how I am going to be living on my own. I am not going to survive, honestly. So this is another hard question. What is my favourite food? I think that is so difficult. So I'd probably say my favourite food, I'm going to say it's an egg. Because, hear me out, like, an egg can be changed into like a billion things. So you can, well, I might be a bit dramatic, but you can get an omelette, you can get a boiled egg, scrambled egg, fried egg, poached egg. You can make all sorts. You whisk an egg, turn it into a meringue, put an egg in a cake, it will rise. Like, I just think eggs are like such a good little ingredient, and I do love them, and I'm quite like a connoisseur with my eggs, so I often have like scrambled egg for breakfast or lunch or dinner. So that's probably one of my favourite foods. Oh, the next question is very important. Sweets or chocolate? So there is only one true answer to this, and that is chocolate. I don't know how people go to the shop and there's like bags of chocolate, like shared packets, and then they buy like a packet of like Skittles or Mao-Ams or something like that. I just don't know how people do that. Or like Haribos, like Haribos are good, yeah, and I would eat like all of those sweets I just said, like I would eat all of them, but I would never actively go into a shop and buy those over chocolate. Like, love it. Chocolate is definitely the winner there. Do I play any sports? Absolutely not. However, I do dancing. I said do. But so I've been dancing since like for ages. I started dancing when I was like 6, and then I quit, and then I started again like at my current dance school in year 7. So I think I was 11 or 12, and I've been dancing until now. So now I'm going to university. I don't think I'm going to get the chance to go there again, so I think I've actually had my last lesson, which is really sad. But when I go to university, I'm definitely planning on joining a dance class or a club or something like that to get me moving again, because it wasn't necessarily something I was really good at. Like, I didn't do competitions or anything. I did exams, but my main focus was just having a good time, and it was something I really enjoyed, like loved moving about, and it was actually a way of me getting a form of exercise. So my mum was definitely up for sending me to classes. So what is my favourite thing to do? That's quite a vague question. I like having really productive days, even though I don't necessarily have many of them. Like in the last few months, like over summer, me and my boyfriend have been going out for like long walks. And I know that sounds really weird, but like, I don't know, just like taking a picnic and walking to a park, just stuff like that. It's nice to get out. So we are now on to the final question, and it is, if I could go back in time, what is the one thing I would change? Now that is hard, because there is so many like small events, well not even events, but little things that happen in my life, and probably in like your lives and most people's lives, that you wish like it happens, and then you just wish you could go back like 15 minutes or an hour or whatever, and then that thing wouldn't happen again because you do it differently. And there's so many like little things like that happen like every few months to me, and it's just like, oh, I wish that didn't happen, or I wish I could just go back like 5 minutes and just change what had just happened. So this question is like quite hard, because there's probably a lot of little things I would change, but I suppose those little things don't mean so much in the long run. But if I could go back and change, I would probably say, I think I would have put a lot more effort in during my secondary school years, because to me, like, I went to a really good school. Like I went to a grammar school. I passed my 11+ to get there. And then I kind of just took it for granted, and it's like so many people don't have access to school, and I kind of just like winged my way through it. Like for my GCSEs, I didn't revise, I didn't study, I didn't put any effort in. So when I got my results back, it wasn't like, oh no, I did so bad. It was just a bit like, oh, like I didn't put any effort in, so I didn't like show my potential, which I should have done. And I wish I'd have like got my head down and started from the beginning. So guys, that is the end of my Q&A, and I really hope you enjoyed it. So don't forget to like and comment down below and subscribe and hit that little bell so you can see more of my content. Hopefully I will be uploading more and more so I can branch out my channel a bit more. So yeah, hopefully I will see you in my next video. Bye!